Hey Doc, what do I deworm my cattle with, taking them out to grass?
Well, Generic Rancher On, to answer your question, we have to understand a key factor about the parasite life cycle. For cows to encounter parasites, it requires one magical ingredient. This stuff, grass. You see, what happens is that as a parasite is grown in a little manure patty that hatches into a larva, and that larva, it's going to sneak its way up to the top of one of these little blades of grass. It's going to sit there all happy like, and the cow's going to come along and think, you know, this looks really tasty. I think I'll take a bite of it. I disagree with cows. I don't think grass tastes that, well, actually, it's not that bad. I didn't think it tasted that good, but this isn't that bad. Moral of the story is this. If cows haven't seen grass, they can't get internal parasites, unless, of course, one is defecating in the feed bunk, which happens on occasion, but not nearly to what we're talking about with the grass situation. So what that means is, if you're going to deworm cows going to grass, if you dewormed them successfully in the winter before they went to grass, they're not usually carrying a heavy worm burden. Rather, they're going to pick up those worms when they go out onto grass. That means that our dewormer has to have residual, so it's going to last when the cows are grazing. So when we're trying to select the best dewormer for cows when they go out to grass, the first thing we need to consider then is the dewormer still going to be working when the cows are out on grass? That means that a lot of our white wormers, which are great deworming products, don't get me wrong, are not a good choice if they need to be used at this point in time. Rather, we need to use one of those that have some residual to them. Now, on top of that, the other thing I would say is try to select a product that's injectable, not a pour-on. The pour-on products, while some of them have a good residual to them, are not as effective and lead to a greater likelihood that you're going to have resistance than an injectable deworming product. So a couple of good examples would be Dectomax injectable, or if you want the longest term deworming possibility out there, then long range would be a good option. Gravitate towards these when you're going to give cows dewormer going to grass rather than something that doesn't have any residual to it. Now folks, if you have any other questions about deworming products, feel free to reach out to us at Sioux Nation Ag Center. We're here to help guide you through that process of making the correct decisions on what to give your cattle, and equally as important, what to not give your cattle, so that you can save money. Because quite frankly, with tight margins, making sure every cost pays for itself is essential to feeding that bottom line. You know, looking at this, it's a pretty good reminder I should probably go mow the lawn at some point here. That's pretty tall for grass that's in your lawn. Yeah, toodles.